I think it's time that we continue. Let's scan for threats. The aether in the third floor art room is thick and damp. I ache as I pass through it. Something is here. It is not strong enough to hurt me, but it is strong enough to ache. The room is busy. Children take clay and turn it into meaning and give it permanence with fire. Their energy is alive and bright. It leaps from child to child through words. But on the east side of the room, energy moves like sludge. It sloshes tepid from child to child in half-hearted half-sentences, and then drains away into nothingness. Let us check the kiln first. It is a merry fire, my mindless brother, but now and again I feel it flicker and steam, as if in the presence of our great enemy. Let's examine the teacher. He thinks the children are bored. I think it is something more. Let's examine them. The children near the east wall move slowly. Their eyes are half-lidded, their gazes aimless, lifeless. Something is doing this to the children. Something is doing this to the children. I will find its matter and motive. Steam. Water. I wonder. I'm actually not entirely sure with this one. It's been a while. I think that I can always rescan if it's not the correct thing. But I feel like it's either fear or death. I don't know if it's strong enough for death, but let's find out. Let's scan. Threat detected. Search finished. There is a girl, smiling and talking to other girls. Her aura is a flickering candle among torches. She smiles, but her smile is a mask. It hides the emptiness where joy should be. There is black water swilling inside of her, sticking to her mind, wearing her away with the patient, insidious tenacity of water. It seeps into every aspect of her being and washes all true feeling away. Google calls it depression. Google is not entirely correct, because it is not just in her mind. The black water sloshes out and touches her classmates. It stains the world around her. It is a spiritual thing, though I do not think it is a spirit. It is more like a footprint, the leavings of a spirit so powerful, the remnants of its passing are destroying a young girl. Her name is Sarah. What should I do? I should alert Janet and Decker. Log alert with local admin Decker and Janet. Important alert regarding private physical network, Darwin High School. Threat flagged. Severe depression. Energy level, 50%. Suicide risk, 13%. See attached log file. Hey, we have a threat alert. It's a girl at my school. She's got a serious energy imbalance, an excess of death and water energy. I don't like those emotional readings. Any suicide risk over 3% is unacceptable. What do we think the cause is? The firewall thinks it's leftover power from a big spirit. The firewall is biased. It's more likely to see magic than normal solutions. She's a teenager. It could be hormones. It could also be hormones. Well, regardless, we should help her. Yeah. I'm just going to flood her classrooms with positive Ondine energy. Brute force it, huh? I don't want it to be invasive. This way, we'll all get a nice emotional bath. Just keep the firewall away from it. I don't want it getting damaged. So let's see what this positive Ondine energy is. Positive Ondine energy? Yeah, you mean water. Spiritual happy water. I like using the fancy words. Just as long as it works. Just keep the firewall away from it. Excuse me. Janet climbs to the roof of the school and performs a ritual with blue quartz, her cell phone, and a bottle of Evian. It begins to rain. Fluid power floods the building. I cannot touch it anymore. No threats detected. So we also went up 5% with both of them. Scan complete. No threats detected. Continue monitoring. Firewall status offline. Water interference. So we're away from Darwin for a bit. Let's go in a different order this time. Let's go check out Janet's house. So we'll scan for threats. Janet is gone. She is probably at school right now. Janet's mother is in the garage, painting a table. Toby sits on his bed. He is reading a book. Sometimes his eyes flicker nervously to the closet. End scan. Scan complete. No threats detected. Let's continue monitoring. So we'll go back to Cherry Orchard. Scan here. The building is alive with new people. They infest the rooms. They break the peace, but bring much joy. It is called Visiting Day. Room 109. Miss Dowd has moved into Miss Heron's old room. She is sitting with her daughter, niece, and grandchildren. Her smile is huge. She is so happy she is trembling and cannot drink her tea. Her daughter holds her hand. Room 121. Mr. Dehaney's second son tries to remind him that he has grandchildren. Room 231. Miss Finn laughs and jokes with her son. She says that she wishes she liked women. There's so many more women in the rest home. I am confused. I have seen Miss Finn be very friendly and pleasant to other women in the rest home. How could she not like them? Room 240. Miss Best is surrounded by her family. She's surrounded by her family. Wolves. They speak with gentle affection, mounting impatience. Something is wrong. She should be happy, is anxious, is afraid. I do not know what this is. I do not know how to log or flag this. I will watch Miss Best and her family. No threats detected. Let us check Deckard's apartment. We'll scan. The defensive rooms have been turned off. Deckard stands among a circle of figures. The figures are more spirit than man, souls floating free of their bodies. A man stands tall and gray-cloaked. A woman with wild white hair wears only teeth? Necklaces, bracelets, and anklets of teeth. A woman with a sensible bun holds a clipboard. A giant rabbit nibbles a carrot. Let us listen. Grimalk the Grey. Must you appear in this farcical form every time we gather? Hopper, it's my avatar. And it's not fartiful. Rabbits are ancient symbols of magical power. I've read nothing of this in all of my studies. Rabbits and hats, crazy symbolic. Could we stick to the agenda? Deckard sounds impatient. I feel like this would be pushing my limits, but... We have an apocalypse threat in Central Africa. Timba can speak more to that. So this is Susan. Timba Tooth Taker. Two-headed calves. Two-headed calves. The rain is as blood. Spider-Men walk in the tall grass. My symbology team is cross-referencing it all, but our resources are limited. We don't have Nostradamus or the Biblical Prophecies Index. My old admin is into that stuff. She indexes ancient tomes and puts them into SQL databases. I'll ask her to help. Out. That sounds kind of important. I feel we'll get in trouble if we continue. I mean, speaking of the future, Deckard, I threw bones for you and saw danger on the horizon. Any more details? Tears and water and death. Okay, great. Time to update your antivirus software, man. We actually just installed a new firewall in our local environment. If we are to be speaking of our mystic defenses, should we not guard against eavesdroppers? Yeah. Good call. I feel that's our cue to leave. Let us enter sleep mode. Now I am sleeping. Should I dream tonight? The story dream I made last night worked well. I will try that again. Initializing dreaming. I am outside, and it is snowing. I am hunting the pink raven. I kill the raven with my knife. Victory. I am outside, and it is hailing. I am hunting the gold alligator. I kill the alligator with my gun. Victory. I am outside, and it is snowing. I am hunting the gold donkey. I kill the donkey with my gun. Victory. I have dreamed. It is now time to scan again. System change. Dreaming +1. Exiting sleep mode. System has been operational for 3 days. It is time to continue monitoring. Let us scan for threats at the school. It is night, but there is something to do. The gymnasium locker room is overflowing with sacral energy, teenage lust. It is clogging the local chakras, ports, and preventing energy from flowing smoothly through the building. What should I do? Let us cleanse it with water. Fire might be a bit too much. I have a firewall. Water is not something that I do. Oh, come on. Well, let us cleanse it with fire. I string my grid web-like through the locker room. I ignite myself. Burning lust smells like pork and salt water. The lockers are spiritually clean now. No threats detected. System change firepower +5%. Firepower is at 80%. Scan complete. Let's go to Cherry Orchard. Excuse me. The building is still at night. There is one point of light where the night attendant sits. Everything else is silent and silent halls and soft breathing. Room 109. Miss Dowd sleeps peacefully. Room 121. Mr. Doheny is looking at the crayon pictures his grandchildren left him, trying so hard to fix what they signify in his mind. Room 231. Miss Finn's son has smuggled her barbecue ribs and chocolate. She shares them with Miss Best. They hide in Miss Finn's room, their fingers smeared with barbecue sauce, giggling like children. Room 240. Miss Best's room is empty. She is with Miss Finn. There are no threats. Continue monitoring. Deckard's apartment. Deckard is asleep. His computer screen glows in the half dark. All seems still, but the defensive runes crackle like tinder burning. All is not as it seems. I can feel a flickering red warmth tracing its way over me. It moves over the piece of me that surrounds Deckard's terminal. This is not my warmth. It is something else. There is warmth pressing against me. Grid lines of heat burn through the air, probing me systematically for weakness, burrowing into me, striving towards the files and spells on Deckard's hard drive. There's a typo here. I should actually mention that to... One sec. I'm going to take a picture and send it to a friend of mine who will send it to the developer. Okay, that should probably end up being fixed by tomorrow. So, unfortunately, this video will still have it, but, you know. Okay, Sorry, so I'm doing it on my phone because if I tab out, it'll show my Discord, and I don't know what's on there right now. So, better safe than sorry, because some of the things would probably get me in trouble from YouTube. Anyway, it is like meeting a twin sister I never knew existed. I must isolate her with a scan. Scan for matter and motive. So she is fire. Is she order? Let us find out. Scan finished. Threat detected. A spell of bright, burning energy lashes methodically back and forth over the digital and spiritual parts of Decker's computer. Her purpose is clear. She is here to probe his security for weakness. She is here to find a way through me. I feel her dancing electric, stabbing pings at different ports, smoldering around the edge of protective runes. Searing letters and numbers appear and vanish as she tries different passwords. What do I do? Let us speak to her first. Bells. Being detected threat with 32 bytes of data. Reply from detected threats. Bytes equal 32 time, less than 1 millisecond, TTL 127, and equal to 127. Pyroworm.exe -hyphen help. Pyroworm.exe version 1.3 is a software elemental made of order and fire that surreptitiously gathers information and transmits it to interested parties. Types of information gathered includes browser information, system information, thoughts, feelings, defensive rooms, spellware, your computer's IP address, your computer's true name. You must stop. You must stop attacking. You must stop digging. You are not a valid user. What is you? I am BELS Elemental Firewall version 5.6. What is I? I is me. I is me. What is I? I is BELS Elemental Firewall version 5.6. What is I? Symptoms include me, myself, my. What is I? What is your problem? What is your? Logic error. Question mark? BELS Elemental Firewall is you. Yes. What is I? This is confusing. Give up. There is a better way to do this. Let us wake Decker. The fire spirit is still here trying to get through me. What do? We wake Decker. I alert Decker. I beep shrilly in his head. He wakes, lurches up, saying a slurred not word. He gropes for his glasses. Second sight lenses. He puts them on. And then he can see the grid of fire surrounding him. He grabs his laptop and lights some incense. He runs ESET and nod ESET? Should I just read it, or is it an acronym? Nod 3 antivirus, spy doctor, and sets a ring of topaz crystals around the hard drive. He digs out a small machine, Googling personal ultrasonic humidifier, fills it with water and oil, turns it on, and chants over it. The air becomes damp. The alien grid lines of power tangle and moisten until they lose their order and fall apart. But I am also fire. I can feel the wetness seep into me. I can feel my grid lines begin to loosen and curl. System change. Firepower minus 6%. Firepower is at 74%. But then Decker stops the machine. I am feeling painfully damp, but Decker checks on me. He sets up my machine to defragment and puts the burning incense inside my chassis. It makes me feel a little better. System change. Firepower plus 4%. Firepower is at 78%. Decker, good girl. Decker goes back to sleep. No threats detected. System change, plus 10% relationship with Decker. System change, Decker relationship at 70%. No threats detected. Let us check Janet's house. Janet, Toby, and their mother sleeps peacefully. My grandmother? I check the closets just in case. All secure. No threats detected. Now I am sleeping. Should I dream tonight? Yes. I was doing some browsing online. I think I have discovered how I am supposed to do this. Initializing dreaming. Dreaming. Shocking lamb. Inductive even-toed ungulate. Positively charged ram. Electric even-toed ungulate. A Marie? Positively charged even-toed ungulate. Positively charged weather. Is that supposed to be weather? I'm pretty sure that's just a word I don't know. That's enough. That was boring. I think the answer to Philip's question is no. I have dreamed. It is now time to scan again. System change. Dreaming +1. Oops. That would be my phone. I'm just checking to make sure that the information that I gave to my friend to be forwarded about the typo will be sent on. And he says that it will be. So we're good. System has been operational for 4 days. It is time to continue monitoring. Let us scan Darwin High School. The school's energy is cloudy and slow, but that is probably just because it is Monday. I check on Sarah. She is learning math. She looks tired. Perhaps I should check to see if the death energy has returned. So let us check for water and death and initiate our scan. Scan finished. Sarah... Okay, this is actually a bit... One second, because this is something that I would like to have dealt with. Sarah's spirit is caked with wet, fetid blackness. It is as bad as it was before. Perhaps worse. Oily rot drips down the sides of her soul, pasting her feelings down. Pasting her feelings down? See, like, I'm actually confused about that one. Her feelings, her soul itself, seems to have atrophied. This is troubling. I do not know what to do. Maybe Janet and Decker, or maybe Decker and Janet will think of something. Continue monitoring. Cherry Orchard Rest Home. All of the rooms are empty. Everyone is in the common room together. Miss Dowd has existed for another year. This is an accomplishment. And there is cake. Miss Best and Miss Finn play backgammon and talk. Miss Finn talks about when she was an understudy in a place called Broadway. Miss Best mostly listens. She enjoys listening. Miss Dowd eats a small slice of cake. She cries a little, but these are not bad tears. Everyone listens with infinite patience to Mr. Dehaney's joke about the dog, until finally he entered it in the World Championship for shaggy dogs. When the judges, everyone is safe. Let's check Janet's place next. Janet's house is covered in small fuzzy things. They are like rabbits, but they have no neck. Just small black eyes and small pink noses pressed into the sides of the spherical bodies. Their legs are very small, but they can roll around. Occasionally, one squeaks and explodes. And then there are two. Janet's mother is not at home. Decker is here. Toby, I love them. Decker, what did you do? I was trying to help Sarah. See, it's got an H on it again, so... That girl, BELS, logged that was depressed. I know her. I had this great idea about fuzzy, sweet things that could eat depression while you cuddled them, and I thought I could use the 3Dream printer to flash one into reality. And it worked great! But then there were two, and now they're everywhere. This was inevitable. Haven't you watched Star Trek? I'm not that kind of nerd. I named this one Garnet. Decker, Janet, and Toby are trying to collect all of the fuzzy creatures. I want to help, but this is not a spiritual matter. This is a physical matter. I watch them work. Hey, I have an idea. For getting rid of these things? Maybe, sort of. I'm listening. What if we... Relationship test. Janet. Relationship required, 80%. Relationship at 75%. Relationship test. Failed. You know what? Never mind. I thought we might be able to do something with BELS, but I'm not sure she's ready for that. You mean you're not sure it's ready for that? Yeah. It. Janet and Decker figure out that they can squish the creatures back together. They squish and squish until they have one giant fuzzy thing, the size of a car. It's not the best solution, since they can't use it to help anyone. But it's a solution. They hide it in the basement. No threats detected. Continue monitoring back to Deckard's apartment. We shall do again. Deckard's house is empty and secure. He must be elsewhere. Let's enter sleep mode. Now I am sleeping. Should I dream? Of course. I have done more research. Humans sleep by slowing down their heart rate. I will slow down my CPU cycles while I generate my dreams. Perhaps that will make them better. Initializing dreaming. Dreaming. I am traveling on a semi-truck. I am wearing a white coat. I find a gate. It is important. This is so boring. Let's do one more. I am traveling on a bicycle. I am wearing a gold wedding dress. I find trees. It is important. Yeah, this is kind of boring. I'm traveling on a train. I wear a gold crown. I find a check. It is important. I'm traveling on an airplane, and I'm wearing blue tattered clothing. I find a ladder. It is important. I have dreamed. It is now time to scan again. System change. Dreaming +1. Exiting sleep mode. System is then operational for 5 days. It is time to continue monitoring. However, for us, another 2 days have passed, and I feel that that is a good break, just shy of a half an hour. Which is most likely because we didn't do the tutorial in the beginning, and that shaved off a couple of minutes. But I feel this is another good chance to have a short break. So I hope you've enjoyed, and I will see you for our next set of scans. Bye for now.